What's going on? Welcome to the website. It's Eric Chase from Toledo's Fox Sports 1230 and
Johny D from WSPD and CKY.
So until we come up with a name for this, we're going to leave it with the one I used to use, Friday Face-Off. This is like a little dry run as we do this. It'll be on all of our websites. We'll try to do it every Friday. A big sports topic or something that you or I have an interest in. We'll go at it for 5 minutes, and we'll go today with Michigan basketball.
You know, they started off so hot, #1 in the country, playing the way they should play. They got Beeline as coach. They get all of these recruits. Here's my problem with Michigan basketball. They have a lot of freshmen playing right now. Now Michigan in the Big Ten, which we all know Michigan's the biggest, or the Big Ten's the biggest conference.
Yeah, best conference in basketball. Yeah. First time in quite some time. Usually it's ACC, Big East, sometimes SEC. Pac-12 has been down, but it's been a top 5 conference rather than a top 3 conference in basketball.
Absolutely. So now that Michigan's playing, and they're young. Now that they're playing, people see this. I'm one of them. They're being exposed because they're young. They're kind of greedy, and I think they've gotten kind of cocky.
Well, Indiana's a better basketball team, and I haven't followed. Completely forthcoming here. I haven't followed college basketball like I used to because nothing has drawn me to the game, and it's gotten to the point where if I don't keep up with recruiting and the Mitch McGarrys and the Glenn Robinson III's, I'd rather be tied to the NBA, and I'll catch up like everybody else during the conference where we are now, conference tournaments, and then the tournament. I don't think you have a whole lot to be worried about. I think Indiana is clearly the best.
Of course, Hardaway. McGarry's a lot better, but there's Glenn Robinson as a freshman. He plays really well against teams that are inferior to Michigan, which would be a Penn State, a Northwestern. But when it comes to like Indiana, which I think is clearly the best team in the country, and he plays a Michigan State against a Michigan State, they know how to play him, so they completely screw his game up. So his game is not as good. If he can catch fire as well and rebound and move without the ball the way he knows how to move without the ball, they will be a scary, maybe an 8 team.
Let me ask you this: what's the minimum advancement in the tournament you'll accept? At least Sweet 16? Like, if they don't get to the Sweet 16, it's a disappointment, isn't it?
No, oh, definitely. I think that they have the potential to get to the 8. I don't feel it. I don't think they're going to win the Big Ten tournament. I think if they go to the 16 and lose after that, I could maybe be satisfied, maybe, depending who they're playing.
Remember, this seems to be the pattern that's been over the last 5-10 years. All these Big East teams. That's what the Big Ten looks like this year, where you're going to get 6, 7, 8 teams, and you expect 3 or 4 to go very deep into the tournament. It could be that way this year with the Big Ten, and then maybe there will be a reprieve once these teams get into the tournament, because you're right, Michigan played really well in the beginning of the season. Now you're running into Indiana, Michigan State.
Ohio State.
Right. You're not going to face these teams in the first couple of rounds of the tournament. So as long as I think you don't flame out in the Big Ten tournament after 1 game or 2 games, if you can go deep, you can keep some momentum, you get some confidence with these young guys, you go into the following week, the tournament, at least that first weekend with confidence, and you feel good, and you're out of getting beaten up by your conference brethren.
I think if they play teams in other conferences, and I'm talking even of course the ACC. I think they do. Michigan does well there. There's 1 team in the ACC, 2 teams in the ACC that are doing well. If they get a couple of those teams, they'll be all right. Maybe making the 8 there. But if you go to the you play a Pittsburgh right now, or you play a UConn right now, they can beat that conference as well. And I think you're right. I think the Big Ten is the key to the go. I think whoever wins the Big Ten tournament goes to the Final Four.
It's very possible that momentum can carry over. It's Eric Chase, Johny D. Glad you were here. We'll do it. Well, we'll try to do it each and every Friday on our websites. It's Eric Chase for Toledo's Fox Sports 1230.
Johny D, WSPD, and WCKY.
Come back.